Bienvenidos, aloha, and welcome in to TarTV. Alex Crawford, the big man, Howard Kroom with you here live from Ralph K. Reed Gymnasium, CIF Division 4A, opening round of the playoffs between your Newport Harbor Sailors and the visiting Indio Rajas. Howard, it's been a long road here for the Sailors. It's not been a very bumpy road. They come into today on a 9-game win streak, 14-2 on the season. The best season for these Sailors girls since the mid-90s, since we were little kids, since before these girls were born. What are the expectations heading into the postseason for Coach Angel's squad?
Well, the expectations are as high as they could be. Like you said, the best season that Newport Harbor's ever had. They've earned it. They worked hard this season. We know Coach Angel, she runs a tough program, has developed this team from not a lot of wins to a number 2 seed in the playoffs. So we're expecting the Sailors to have a big game here tonight, big size advantage, and from here, only the sky's the limit.
Sailors, if they win, or if the Rajas win, winner of this game will go on Wednesday of next week to take on San Bernardino. Out at San Bernardino, the Cardinals, San Bernardino High School, beat Big Bear last night 66-5 to move on to the next round. So that who is awaiting the winner of this game. Let's go over our starters. From the Indio side, making the long trip out from the Coachella Valley, the Rajas, Kendra McGrath, Angelica Fabian, Marth Montejano Carrillo, Caro Montejano, and Ariana Sandoval. They are coached by Giovanni Machado. The Rajas went 5-5, finished third in the Desert Valley League, although they do come in here as winners of 3 in a row. And on the Sailors side, as I said, 9-game win streak for the Lady Sailors. Their starters, senior Dalen Renee, senior Willa Rath, junior Chase Dionio, junior Sydney Jover, and junior Emma Foltz. Howard, who do you have your eyes on tonight? Who's circled on your player to watch for the Sailors?
Well, I think Willa Rath is going to have a big game. Not even seeing Indio, knowing how they were built, I already felt like this was going to be a big effort by her. She usually gets about 8 to 10 rebounds, a couple of blocks, and with the size advantage that the Sailors have, I think it's going to kind of start in the middle with Willa Rath and Foltz in the post.
Well, you see Rath standing right at center court with the white headband ready to jump against Ariana Sandoval. Watching the Lady Sailors warm up. Historic season for them. First postseason appearance since 2011. Coach Angel has turned this program around. That's an understatement. She took them back from the dead. She has resuscitated a dead program. And the Lady Sailors were having fun in warm-ups, singing along to the music, some of the best warm-up music of any of the Sailors teams. They're playing loose. They're ready for this postseason run. And Dionio quickly feeds it inside to Renee. Up top, Dionio, three-pointer. Getting to work quickly. The junior, the heart and soul of the Sailors program, has 3 on the board.
We had a feeling the Sailors were going to press on defense and try to smother the ball handlers of Indio. We've already seen that start today in this first possession.
Oh, Indio has their hands full. They're going to have their hands full all night. It's a long ride out from the Coachella Valley, and it's going to be a long ride back is my prediction, Howard.
And like you said, Coach Angel, she's done a good job building a program. She also has a lot of athletes out there and good basketball players. So we've got a deep team, and it's going to be a problem for Indio.
Dionio deflected that one. She is everywhere, living in the passing lanes. The junior comes in averaging 17 points, 3 assists, 3 steals, and 3 rebounds per game on the season.
And we've already seen her go for 17 and a quarter this season, so she can get hot in a hurry.
Willa Rath picks that one off. Sydney Jover leaking out, up with the left hand, scoop, and score.
I think we're going to see a lot of transition buckets, but Indio doing a good job breaking the press.
That's Ariana Sandoval going coast to coast. It was last touched by the Lady Sailors. Possession, Rajas. 500 on the season for Coach Machado's squad. Sandoval holds the ball over her head to inbound. Corner 3 ball, boom!
And the Rajas, only a 500 season, but that's a credit because a lot of teams weren't even able to, a lot of schools weren't able to field a team. They didn't get a season in, so I know they're happy to be in the playoffs and to get these games in.
Corner 3 from Jover won't go. Tough rebound grabbed by Sandoval. She pushes it up for the Rajas, lost it. It's on the deck in the paint. A fight for the ball. Emma Foltz in the vicinity. And a kick ball called. You don't want the physical Emma Foltz fighting with the ball for you. She's known, at least on this broadcast, for throwing bows, and she forces the turnover.
Physical player, plays with a ton of energy. Haven't seen any shots or any missed shots yet, so she hasn't gotten a chance to get on the defensive glass, but she will.
Emma Foltz pull up baseline J. Bounces out, Rath fighting for the rebound. It rolls to Dionio. And a board grab by Kendra McGrath. With the braid, she'll push it ahead. Dionio disrupting, Rath cleaning up the mess.
Yeah, the athleticism, the size, the skill, everything that the Sailors have. They've just got a deep team. And I think they're going to have a chance to put a lot of points on the board tonight.
Future OCC Pirate Dalen Renee hands it off to Jover. Back to Renee, she'll trigger a three. Oh yeah, the shooters roll. Sailors got it going tonight, they lead by 5. And a quick timeout. Machado seeing the press from the Sailors, reacting quickly, calling time for the Lady Rajas.
Coach doing a good job, understanding that his point guard's in trouble. She was down here fumbling the ball in the corner, and the trap was coming from the Sailors press. We know they're a press team. They like to get steals and see if they can get the quick, easy buckets.
The Indio Rajas, Indio High School, big school. Enrollment over 2,000 out there in the Coachella Valley. And some notable alumni, former Anaheim Angels GM Tony Regans, and famed screenwriter, writer, director Cameron Crowe, who did Jerry Maguire. He went to high school out there, Fast Times at Ridgemont High. So some pretty notable Raja alumni from the Coachella Valley.
And hopefully they're tuned into the broadcast, and if they are, shout out to them, but definitely shout out to all the Sailor faithful supporting out there.
Rajas break the press. Kendra McGrath guarded by Dionio. Jover disrupts that one. Sailors everywhere. Dalen Renee picks it off. She knows Dionio's leaking out, so is Jover. Sailors have numbers. They slow up top. Foltz. Renee. Teardrop won't go. Willa Rath on the glass. Rebound, Sandoval.
Willa Rath missing the little easy layup, mad at herself. She didn't even have any defense in her face, but she'll get a lot more of those putbacks tonight, I think.
Howard, we were talking pregame. Willa Rath gonna eat on the boards tonight. 8.5 points, 8.5 boards per game. Has turned down offers to play JUCO ball. She's gonna go to Boise State just to be a student. And she puts that one home for the Sailors.
And 8.5 points on the season, but she has an ability to get hot, and we've seen her go for 14 or 15, so she can be a big catalyst for success for these Sailors.
Well, she's a center, but almost like a center guard in the way that she barks out orders, and a floor general really back there.
As we're seeing the Sailors continuing to get steals and find a way to get into the transition game.
Jover holds it up top. Foul line, Foltz. Now Rath driving baseline. Oh, she wants that one back, but Foltz cleans up the mess for Newport. And they're up by 9, 12-3, opening up this game. Oh, Jover picked the pocket, and the floater goes home.
The only thing you don't want from Newport is for them to be casual. It seems like, Indio's a little bit overmatched. But you still got to play your game. Be efficient, be effective, make your little easy shots. You just can't be too casual and too relaxed because, as you said, San Bernardino, who's waiting for the winner of this game, they just won 66-5 or something like that. So it's going to be tough in the next round.
Jover picks it off. Oh, beautiful find. Dionio down low, too strong. Foltz can't grab it, but Rath does. She misses the first, gets the second, the hoop, and the harm. Is Willa Rath padding her stats down there?
I was just about to say, Willa Rath, the putback, she's going to shoot it one time, get her own rebound. And to that point, we hadn't seen any fouls through almost 4 minutes in the first quarter.
First foul, Rath to the free throw line, the senior. Shoots just a hair under 50% on the season. And it rattles in to complete 3 the old-fashioned way. Sailors up big, 17-3 halfway through the first.
Indio's done a good job getting the ball to the middle of the court and not getting trapped deep in their own backcourt. Let's see if they can do anything with their half-court offense against Newport Harbor's zone.
Dionio tipped that one. She touched it last. And will be Raja's ball inbounding from the far sideline. Emma Foltz guarding there. In the corner, 3-ball, quick trigger. Air ball corralled by Dalen Renee. She brings it up for Newport. Joined by Emma Foltz, Willa Rath, Sydney Jover, and Chase Dionio at the elbow. Rath outside, Jover, corner 3, nothing but nylon.
Sailors hitting their threes early.
And she picks it off, gets fouled as she tried to feed it to a cutting Foltz, but Howard, I don't want to say that Indio is telegraphing their passes because I don't think they are. but the Sailors have telepathy or something. They have been in the right place, the right time, constantly on defense in this game.
Well, you're right. They know what's coming, and they've got a lot of athleticism and good players. And Jover's knocked down a 3. Renee has. Dionio has.
Montejano Carrillo brings it up for the Rajas.
Good take.
Fabian puts it home for them. So they end a huge Sailors run. Still trailing by 15. 20-5 the score here. 3:15 to go in the first quarter. Fultz has it in the corner. Dionio puts it on the deck. Pull up Jay, short. Rebound pinballed around. Dionio getting crazy with it. Misses that one.
It's a good move by Dionio. They ran her off the three-point line. Just couldn't connect with the little mid-range.
And a turnover, a carryover there, and that's the Sailors' press. Getting into the head, affecting the fast break opportunities for the Lady Rajas, and it's a turnover, another one. Just under 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Dionio tries to feed Emma Coatsworth, who just checked into the game for the first time. The junior, 6 foot. We like to call her the LaMarcus Aldridge or the Tim Duncan of the Sunset League. And she gets the feed, goes up and lays it in.
That's some more size in the game. You can't lose her.
Coatsworth, Fultz, and Rasmussen, all high-level volleyball players as well. Sandoval has it, guarded by Jover. Blocked by Rath. Ooh, easy money for Willow Rath. She saw that in slow motion and smacked it out of bounds.
Well, we expect a couple more of those. The only reason she hasn't had any more because there hasn't been a lot of drives to the basket by Indio.
It's been dominant, to say the least, in this first quarter. Oh, Dionio blocks it from the outside. Here comes Renee. Here come the Lady Sailors. Jover tried to get it to Rath. It rolls to Dionio. Deep 2. Misses. Rath, rebound. Outside, Jover. Up top, Renee. Sailors reset.
The Sailors, they're winning all the loose ball, all the rebound battles.
Corner 3. Jover's hit a few. She hits another. Give me some of that, Sydney Jover. Sailors up big, 25-5, final 2 of the first quarter.
If you're Indio, the Sailors have all this firepower and their threes are dropping. What do?
Another steal. Coatsworth comes up with that. And Renee sets up shop, calling out a play at the top of the key for the Sailors. Dionio, a rare mistake. It rolls out of bounds. Turnover, Newport.
Well, it's only the first quarter. I don't want to start putting the game away or anything like that, but it does look like Newport Harbor, they're going to be preparing to move on, but a lot of game left. And what I like is that the threes are dropping, but I don't want the Sailors to get in love with them, but it's good that they're dropping. We're seeing them go in. You love this kind of offensive success early. 25 points, probably the biggest quarter they've had this year.
Well, in the first quarter, Sailors averaged 17 points a game, outscoring opponents by just over 7 points a game. In the first, Sydney Jover, oh my goodness, she read it perfectly, feeds Renee, and Renee comes just short with that. Rath can't put it home.
Willow Rath got mauled on that putback.
And that's McGrath going to the cup and laying it in for the Rajas to cut the lead to 18 for Newport. Now Renee, such a true point guard, Dalen Renee, barking out orders as she crosses the timeline.
A lot of capable ball handlers on the Sailors.
Really 3 guards when you think about Jover, Renee, and Dionio. Jover down low, turn around, won't go. Dionio comes up with it. Coatsworth, the size, the strength. She's fouled. She'll go to the line for 2. Emma Coatsworth.
Good post-to-post pass right there from Rath to Coatsworth. And the refs finally called a little contact on the elbow. They've been letting them play in this first quarter.
And the Sailors get out to a big lead, 25-7. As the first one rattles out. Jerome Winston and Jack Dumpkin are officials tonight in our CIF opening round game at Ralph K. Reed Gymnasium. Second one short. Coatsworth tips the rebound to Jover. Down low to Rath. She turns around. It won't go. Oh, Willow Rath is so frustrated. She's missed a few bunnies, grabbed a ton of tough boards.
Well, the good news for Willow Rath, it's only the first quarter, because you're right. Just a couple of chippies around the rim, kind of holding her head right now, but she's going to hit those as the game goes on.
Renee feeds Dionio. No, it's picked off by Fabian. Let's see if the Rajas can break the press. Fabian does.
What was the call?
I'm not sure. They're looking at the sideline.
Maybe it must have been an illegal screen.
Illegal screen against the Rajas. Head coach Giovanni Machado and assistant coach Ivory Thompson. Not sure if they agree with the call. Finally, it seemed like some luck was going the Rajas' way. Coatsworth inbounds to Jover. One dribble, Rath, turn around, bread and butter.
That feels good for her. Get it in the post, turn around, see it go through the hoop.
Dionio trying to get the steal. Oh my goodness. I would hate to be guarded by Chase Dionio.
Well, it's tough because Indio's just trying to get the ball out of their own back court. They were doing a good job getting it to the middle earlier, but now the Sailors swarming.
McGrath up to Fabian. She'll pull up for three and drain it. That's one way to break the press.
Fabian's not a bad player. She's been pretty consistent. When she puts it up, it's
5 seconds, 4, 3, 2. Coatsworth going to turn around and put it in at the buzzer. No, it won't go in. Rath grabbed the rebound, no time for a shot, and at the end of one, what a quarter for the Newport Harbor Sailors. 27-10, they lead. Trying to punch their ticket to the CIF D4A quarterfinals. We'll have second quarter action for you when we come back. You're watching Newport Harbor girls basketball on TarTV. Welcome back into TarTV. At the end of one, Sailors dominant, to say the least, in the first quarter. 27-10 over the Lady Rajas from Indio. Howard, I know we're at TarTV, we're the Sailors broadcast, but what does Coach Giovanni Machado, what do the Rajas need to do to adjust in this second quarter to have a chance in this playoff game?
Well, I don't know if there's a lot they can do to have a chance. Coach is doing a good job coaching his team up, but they're just overwhelmed. Defensively, the Sailors, they've got a lot of bodies, a lot of length, a lot of athleticism, and it's a lot to deal with. They got to find a way to break the press, though.
Fultz pulls up, rebound, Dionio, always in the right place at the right time, and she triggers a triple. Coatsworth tips it, and I think they're going to get Lexi Valencia?
Coatsworth in there working, doing everything she can to get a rebound, and draws the foul.
They're going to get Lexi Valencia on a loose ball foul from Indio. So possession stays with the Sailors. Early in the second quarter, Fultz to inbound. Coatsworth cutting in traffic. No. Rebound, McGrath. Dionio trying to steal that one. She averages 3 a game. She's a ball hawk, a ball hound. And the persistence of the Sailors' defense forced that errant pass out of bounds. It's going to come the other way.
Securing defensive rebounds has been a huge problem for Indio. But then on that last one, they get the rebound, they get into their half-court offense, and then throw the ball away. They can't have that. They just got to relax.
Sydney Jover running point for the Sailors. Cross-court pass to Renee. Down low, Dionio. Back out, Jover. She's hit a pair of triples already. Misses that one. And the rebound grab by Caro Montejano. And a loose ball foul going to be whistled against the Rajas. Head coach Machado.
I love this head coach for the Rajas.
He's doing everything he can just to keep his team in it. Catch and shoot, miss. Fultz is there. Get her some Windex. She is cleaning the glass.
That's the kind of energy I want to see out of a head coach right there. Just positive, just coaching his kids up. Nothing's negative. Everything's coaching and encouragement. I love seeing that.
Patience. We can get better. We can learn from this moment. And Howard, we've seen some coaches screaming at their teams. Dionio, three-pointer. Buried it.
And I remember saying at one of our games, off air, I said, if you're acting like that, what message does that send to your girls? How are they going to act? So I love seeing this from Coach.
Coach Giovanni Machado and assistant coach Ivory Thompson. Long drive out from the Coachella Valley. They're a lower seed, 15 seed against the number 2 seed in Newport Harbor Sailors.
So you already know you're up against a tough matchup.
And they know they're facing a team that's on a 9-game win streak, and the average margin of victory in that win streak, 24 points a game. So they know they're on a team that's a Mack truck with no brakes, barreling downhill. How do you get your team up for that? How do you turn it into a teaching moment? And it seems like Coach Machado is doing that. It's actually a pleasure to see.
It is a pleasure to see. And the way you do it is you really look at it that way of, hey, we're here, we want to compete, we want to get better, but everything is a learning moment, not some big disappointment that, you turn the ball over. Coach understands that these kids, that these young student athletes are developing, and it's a process. And they are up against a powerhouse in Newport Harbor with multiple 6-footers. Chase Dionio's gone for 30 points already this season, so it's a tough task, but it's good experience for Indio for sure.
And the Sailors sticking to the script as far as quarters go. Their most dominant quarters this season have been the first and the third. They get out to hot starts often, as we've seen Howard. They got off to a hot one in the first here, and just 1 minute elapsed into the second period. They lead by 22 over the Rajas of Indio.
Part of it's been a hot shooting from the Sailors. When your threes are going in, it makes it really easy to get a big lead.
The Rajas get it into Montejano Carrillo. She pulls up. Deep 2-pointer, short. Rebound grabbed, doesn't rattle in for McGrath. And now Folt's going to throw it ahead. Dionio's there. Can she put it home? No, but Jover misses in a rebound grab by Ariana Sandoval.
What a pass by Foltz. Led Dionio like a quarterback hitter in stride.
Drew Breeze.
It would have been a tough finish for Dionio.
And that's Montejano Carrillo. Outside shot is too strong from McGrath. Rebound grab by Renee. And she will, as she often does, run point for the Sailors.
Definitely a calming presence for the Sailors offense, getting people lined up, getting them where they need to be.
Jover feeds Renee down low, back out. And now Dionio, another triple on the way. Bounces high in the air, and Coatsworth tips it to Jover.
Coatsworth is a beast on the offensive glass. She gets a lot of tips. She's done that all season, gets a lot of tips.
She averages 5.5 rebounds a game. Jover cuts to the cup and puts it home.
Great cut by Dionio, good find by Foltz.
Foltz tips that one. Dionio's there, has it stripped. Now the ball's on the ground, and it's picked up by Ariana Sandoval, trying to break the press, pushes it ahead to McGrath. Now a tough shot, missed by Montejano. Rebound, Sailors, the length of Emma Foltz and Emma Coatsworth. Too much for the Rajas to handle.
I'm happy with the way this game has been officiated, even though the Sailors won a couple more fouls.
Dionio, pull up, triple, money.
What's that, her third three-pointer?
Oh my goodness. Chase Dionio, and she tips that one. Now Foltz hits the deck.
Foltz diving on the floor like it's the fourth quarter and her team is down. That's the energy she brings all the time.
Oh, Foltz plays like her team is down from the opening whistle, diving for loose balls, throwing bows. That's the kind of player you want to build your team around.
Yeah, she's a real energy player, a real credit to have on your team.
And Foltz checks out of the game after taking that spill as Dionio tips it. It remains Raja's ball. She's replaced for the first time tonight by the 5'10 junior Kate Bland. So you're 5 on the floor for Newport. Dionio, Renee, Rath, Jover, and Bland. Pull up from the free throw line, a miss from Montejano. And now outside, Montejano Carrillo. They work it over to Sandoval. She drives in, has it blocked by Rath, but they will get the Sailors senior for a foul.
And that was a look at Indio's half-court offense right there.
Well, we haven't got to see it a lot.
Haven't got to see it a ton, and that's because Newport Harbor is just living in the passing lanes, jumping all the, like you said, it's like they know what's coming. They're anticipating all the passes, and just making it impossible for the ball handlers.
Well, sometimes this Sailors team defensively does look like a group of defensive backs the way they jump the routes. I mean, they look like DBs out there.
They do, because they're in that press. Indio started throwing the long passes, trying to get to the sideline or get to the middle. So then the back line of the press starts anticipating it for the Sailors and start jumping it like a free safety.
Second free throw is true for Ariana Sandoval. Willa Rath with her first foul and a beautiful find. Dionio to Jover. Now Kate Bland touches the ball for the first time. Dionio thought about a three, then she feeds Jover. Back out to Bland. Free throw line. Pump fake. Dionio hit on the wrist, no whistle. The ball rolls out of bounds. It's going to remain Sailors' ball.
Dionio doing a great job moving without the ball, trying to find a little soft spot in the middle of the zone. And she did. She just couldn't find a way to convert.
The junior Bland to inbound. She gets it right to Willow Rath. Renee. Oh, a little floater in the lane. Won't go. Rebound Rajas. Here comes Montejano. Montejano, Carrillo now. Double teamed. Fabian in the corner. She's hit a few threes. She tries to throw a cross-court pass to Montejano, who can't save it. Too much gas on that one. Out of bounds. Sailors possession.
Fabian almost wishes that she would have shot the first one when she caught it in the corner. She's been pretty consistent with her three-pointer. I'd take the shot if I was her.
Calm, cool, collected. Sydney Jover runs point for the Sailors. Willow Rath give and go in traffic. No. Grabs another offensive board, and she ties up Ariana Sandoval.
Honestly, sometimes if you're Willow Rath, it's harder to convert when there's not a true big playing against you. You've got a bunch of smaller players swiping at the ball. And sometimes it's just a little tougher. It's unorthodox.
Quick pull-up from Jover. Bland the rebound, puts it back, and gets hit in the face. So she'll go to the charity stripe to shoot a pair of free throws. Kate Bland, the junior, 5'10", 54% free throw shooter on the season. Sailors.
Very consistent player, Kate Bland. Always does stuff positive. Every time we see her, her minutes are strong. Typically makes her free throws. Always in the right place.
Well, I was going to say Sailors' last game to close out the regular season. A dominant performance against Marina, 60-36. Bland in limited minutes, 6 points, 3 rebounds, 2 of 3 from the field. Consistent bench player for Newport Harbor.
Absolutely. She'll get a lot more minutes next season as well.
Checking into the game for the first time for Newport, the freshman who got called up from JV earlier this season in the game against Laguna and stayed on the varsity roster, is Ellie Robinson.
She's going to be a superstar in 2023 and 2024.
Fabian pulls up from deep, misses. Jover in traffic, grabs the rebound, goes behind the back and pushes it up for Newport Harbor. Step back, Robinson. Oh, that looked good, but Willow Rath is there with the Windex, cleaning the glass. The garbage man, or woman, Willow Rath, puts it home for Newport.
That's what you want to see, Willow Rath feeling good, giving her a little bit of energy, just seeing her putback go through.
40-11, Sailors dominating. 3 minutes to go until halftime. Tough shot in traffic. Bland grabs the board. Here comes Dionio to Jover, up to the cup, and it rattles home. That is a connection that is like lightning in a bottle for the Sailors, whether it's Dionio to Jover or Jover to Dionio. They are so good together.
Both players known for leaking out and trying to get open and steal a layup.
Tough pull-up, Jay, from Montejano, won't go, and Robinson wants to push the pace, the freshman for the Sailors. And now she gets it to Jover. Back to Robinson, cutting in the lane. Rath is there, and Rath turns around amidst a trio of Rajas. Oh, Willow Rath, that jump shot.
I like Robinson's take too, even though she didn't make it. 2 shots in a row that look good. She's got to keep shooting them and don't get down.
There's Jover again, pushing it. She's got a running mate in Dionio, and she goes coast to coast all alone, flying solo. Sydney Jover, how about that?
Another big quarter out of the Sailors.
Oh my goodness, 46-11, 2 to go in the second. And the Sailors average 61 points per game this season. They might hit that early in the third.
And it's because of the athleticism allows the Sailors to get out in transition. And like I was saying earlier, the three-pointers are falling as well. It's a high percentage shooting night from deep for the Sailors, and that just runs the score up.
Number 30 for Indio, Lexi Valencia checks in, replacing number 32, Brianna Fabian. It's Raja's ball in the corner. Angelica Fabian has it. Pull up Jay from the free throw line. Air ball to the right of the hoop, out of bounds. Sailors basketball.
You know what year number 5 is, Fabian?
I don't. I do not have the grades for the Lady Rajas.
She's a good point guard. I like the way she runs things when they get in the half-court offense.
Renee working to get it to Bland down low. Out of bounds, last touch by the Sailors. Caro Montejano was in the lane for the Rajas on that one.
It's like number 15, her knee kind of tightened up on her, gave out for a second. She hit the ground, but trying to walk through it.
Potentially the last game of the season for Indio. Some of these players, seniors, might be their last game ever. Pull up, deep ball from the corner, too strong. Easy rebound for Kate Bland, and the freshman Ellie Robinson dribbles up for the Lady Sailors. Free throw line, give and go. Willow Rath puts it on the deck, one dribble, pull up Jay, ooh, too strong. Nice save, Renee. Dionio's there, she pulls up in the paint. Rath skies for the board. Oh my goodness, the length of Willow Rath, inside, outside.
Willow Rath has a ton of boards tonight, and they call her for the over the back. I don't know, Rev.
Well, we talked about it before the game, Howard. We were looking at these teams in warm-ups. We saw the Sailor size, and you said Willow Rath is going to eat tonight, and she has been grabbing boards, padding her stats.
Well, she's already blown past her rebounding average.
8 and 8 on the season for the senior. Last game against Marina, 7 rebounds to go along with 4 points, 3 blocks, and 2 steals. Kendra McGrath brings it up for the Rajas. Outside 3 ball from Monsignano Carrillo is true.
Looked good as soon as it left her hands.
30 seconds to go. 5-second shot clock and game clock differential. Robinson will drive baseline. Tries to bounce it to Bland. It's picked up by Fabian, but momentarily. Only momentarily as Dionio comes up with it. Gets it to her running mate. Dalen Renee misses the first, puts the second home. The tenacity of Dalen Renee pays off. 9 seconds to go until halftime. Let's see if the Rajas can get a shot off. Outside, 2 on the clock. McGrath, deep 3 off the glass. And the Sailors continue their dominant run. 48-14 at the end of 2. The Sailors way ahead of their season average. All over the Lady Rajas. We'll take a quick break at halftime. When we come back, second half action for you from Ralph K. Reed Gymnasium. Opening round of the CIF D4A playoffs. Alex Crawford, Howard Kroom with you. Second half when we come back, you're watching Newport Harbor Girls Basketball on TarTV. Welcome back into TarTV. Alex Crawford, Howard Kroom with you here live from Ralph K. Reed Gymnasium. Howard, what a first half for the Sailors. 48 points compared to Indio's 14. Everything's going in the Sailors' favor. They look like they are cruising to a CIF quarterfinals matchup against San Bernardino High School on Wednesday. What stood out to you, though, in that first half from Coach Angel's squad?
Well, the Sailors, they're a better team. They're a 2 seed. We know they're on a 9-game winning streak. Indio, they're playing hard. Credit to them. I told you I love their coaching staff. I love the demeanor that they're bringing into this game, but they just don't have the firepower. They're outmatched athletically all across the board. Newport Harbor is just a better team. So what I'm looking for is I want to see intensity. I want to see it look tight for Newport Harbor because I'm looking for what they can carry over from this game on through the rest of the playoffs.
Montejano Carrillo has it up top for the Rajas to start the second half, and a quick whistle and a turnover, so it's Sailors basketball right away. The 5 on the floor for the Sailors: Fultz, Renee, Jover, Rath, and Dionio.
A lot of basketball left to play tonight. Like I said, I don't think Indio's going to have a real shot at getting back into the game, but
give and go. Jover floats it home.
But last game of the season for them, so they want to go out with some positive stuff happening. And for the Sailors,
oh my goodness,
got to keep up this intensity.
The intensity doesn't stop. And Howard, we've done enough games now for this team to know that the cornerstone of Coach Angel's squad is, like you always say, they play like they're down from the opening whistle.
Yeah, it never stops.
Pull up Jay from the elbow. Silky smooth for Emma Fultz. Oh, that's beautiful.
Stepped outside of the normal range, and it looked natural.
Another steal for the Sailors, and Jover. High arcing shot, touched the sky for Sydney Jover. And the Sailors, a quick 5 points. Another steal. Jover, Dionio. She goes up with a left hand, off the glass and good. Dionio, easy money for the junior.
What was that, 7 points?
It's a 7-0 run.
In the matter of 15 seconds coming off the clock?
7-0 run, quick timeout from head coach Giovanni Machado. We'll take one as well. 30-second timeout. We'll have more Sailors hoops for you when we come back on TarTV. Welcome back to TarTV. Quick timeout. Sailors basketball. The Lady Sailors in their home whites. Outside, deep two-pointer from Dionio. Oh, my goodness.
There we go. That's one thing I want to see from Dionio, that mid-range to start falling, because next game, we're going to need it from everywhere.
Chase Dionio, 17 points a game on the season. She had 22 in their last game. She averaged over 20 points a game on this 9-game win streak for the Lady Sailors. She's been a force this season, just a junior. And a pull-up from the top of the key by Kendra McGrath. Rattles home. The shooter's touch. Indio, they needed to see one go in. Some silver linings, some bright spots for their long ride back to the Coachella Valley.
Yeah, they were getting overwhelmed. They didn't even get into their half-court offense for the first minute of the second half, so good to see them get a bucket.
Dionio drives, kicks, Willa Rath.
That Dionio-Rath connection is big. And with Willa Rath making buckets in that little mid-post area, she's dangerous.
Dionio hounding Angelica Fabian. And now Emma Fultz, textbook D, hand up. Affected that shot. It was an air ball saved at the last second by Sandoval. Back into the hands of Fabian. Up top, three-pointer on the way. Boom! Montejano Carrillo. And now a timeout, Coach Angel.
Montejano Carrillo, she shot 2 threes. Both of them went through, nothing but net. I like what she's doing offensively. She just hasn't gotten a lot of room to get the 3-ball off.
It's a 41-point lead for Newport, but Coach Angel, quick 6-0 run. She wants to call a timeout and talk things over with her team. What do you think she's saying over there?
Let's run our stuff. Let's not get casual. I don't want to no disrespect to anybody, but you don't want to play down to the level of your competition. That's what I'm saying by I want to see Newport Harbor look tight. Even though you know you have this game in the bag, you don't think you're going to lose it, you still have to do things the right way because you don't want to develop bad habits going into a more competitive game against San Bernardino.
Well, it's a good time to remind our viewers that this is a 16-team bracket, a tournament, and so the Sailors being the 2 seed, clearly the favorite here tonight against the 15-seeded Rajas from Indio High School. Sailors break some token pressure from Indio. Fultz in the paint. High off the glass, rattles in, rattles out, won't go. Last touch by the Rajas, possession Newport.
Fultz has gotten a couple opportunities from the mid-post today.
Pull up Jay, Willow Rath, boom!
We know she's a force on the inside, but like I'm saying, that's the free throw line. Anywhere free throw line to mid-post, if she's hitting that shot, she's going to put a lot of pressure on the inside of any defense.
It's a good-looking jump shot, isn't it, from Willow Rath?
Yeah, and she's been consistent with it today.
Textbook tough rebound by Emma Fultz. I've never seen her grab an easy board, Howard.
Yeah, she's always got people hanging all over her. She's being physical. She's being physical always making her presence felt.
I'm going to make an NBA to Newport Harbor girls hoops comparison. She kind of reminds me of one of the Morris brothers, Emma Fultz.
I like that comparison. She's an enforcer.
She finds Dionio in the corner for a triple. Too strong, but Dionio got tapped on the wrist, and she'll go to the line and shoot a trio of free throws.
Yeah, I like the comparison from Emma Fultz to one of the Morris twins. Somebody that you know if you're going up against them, they're gonna have their elbow on you. They're gonna, slap the ball out of your hand. You're gonna feel them, and they're always gonna play like it's overtime with 1 minute left in the game, no matter what's happening.
Dionio, a 51% free throw shooter, sinks the first. And second one, short. She'll shoot 3 here. Coatsworth and Kate Bland check back into the game for Newport, replacing Fultz and Willow Rath. And while we're on the subject of cross-player, cross-league comparisons, Dionio 2 out of 3 at the line. I want to compare Dionio sometimes to Patrick Beverly, the way she harasses players, but I think
she's too good offensively.
She's too offensively gifted for that comparison.
Yeah, she is a beast. She is a beast on defense. Maybe like maybe a Drew Holiday or something. Just an absolute dog as a defender, but a great offensive player as well from every part of the floor.
Down on the baseline, Bland, outside to Jover, back to Bland, trying to clear some space, steps through, short. Rebound McGrath. And she'll push it ahead for the Rajas. Ooh, last second find, can't get there. Bland controls it. And now Dene slows it up for Newport. Jover, crossover, driving, high off the glass. She missed it, and she'll go to the line. Got hit on the wrist, hit on the forearm. She'll shoot a pair of free throws. Sydney Jover, the junior, point guard. Love this 3-guard lineup from the Sailors that they run with Jover, Dionio, and Renee.
Yeah, all of them very capable. All can be a point guard. All can be a scorer. They all 3 shoot. That's what makes it tough when you got these 3 players. They've all hit multiple threes tonight. Maybe Renee's only hit 1, but she can get as hot as any of them.
So. No, it's raining in Ralph K. Reed Gymnasium. It's been good mojo for all Sailor squads here today as the boys volleyball team advanced to the CIF D1 Finals with a 3-1 win over Loyola just a couple hours ago right here on this floor. So it's a good day to be a Sailor, Howard.
Yeah, it is a good day to be a Sailor, and these Sailors and Coach Angel, they're going to continue to make this alumni base happy. I think they've got a long run ahead of them in the playoffs.
Far side, McGrath at the free throw line. In, out, pull up from Montejano Carrillo. She's hit a few in this game. And that one just misses. Rebound by Bland.
From where I was standing, I was going to say it looks good, and if she hits 3 in a row, I'm going to say you got to feed her the rock.
In the corner. Overhead pass, Coatsworth cutting. She's tied up, jump ball. Good defense from Montejano Carrillo, who has her hands full with a 6-footer, Emma Coatsworth.
Coatsworth does a good job getting position on the offensive side and when it comes to rebounding. She's always working.
Bland trying to get it to Coatsworth. It ricochets back into the hands of Bland. Now Jover from the corner. Butter. Oh, Sailors.
That's number 3 or 4 for Jover today.
A 50-point lead, a 70 spot for Newport tonight. What a performance offensively. Pull-up J from Montejano Carrillo. Another miss. Rebound Coatsworth. And Dionio Renee, Jover, heat check 3, no. She'll bounce it inside. I wanted to see her pull up, to be honest. She's hit a few this game.
Well, she had the right idea. Just got to let Coatsworth sit on that defender and seal her off.
Bland to inbound in the corner. Now Jover with the heat check, short. Tough rebound, Bland finds Dionio, right place, right time. The junior puts it in.
And Bland with the offensive rebound and quick assist. Always productive when she gets in.
McGrath running point for the Lady Rajas. Gets it to Montejano Carrillo. Deadly three-point shooter. Now Montejano. Back to Montejano Carrillo. Fabian in the corner. Pull up.
Great pass by Fabian.
That was Carol Montanajo. Putting it in for the Rajas. 50-point lead for the Sailors. 2:25 remaining here in the third period.
Indio looking a little bit more engaged on defense this possession. That's what happens after you run your half-court offense to success.
Except for they left Jover all alone in the corner. Oh, you don't want to do that. She hits another triple.
That's 4 or 5 for Jover. It's just impossible when you got that many shooters.
Renee with the steal, pushing it ahead. Jover leaking out, going up with a right hand and dropping it home. Sydney Jover. Man, I don't have her stats, but
it's a career high. I was just about to say that.
She's balling.
It's got to be a career high out of Jover.
Averaging 11 points and 3 assists per game on the season. She had 7 points, 3 assists, 3 steals last week against Marina. She's definitely topped that tonight.
I think she's hit at least 4. I know she's hit 4 threes, maybe 5. Multiple layups. She's got to have 20 points.
Oh, what's been so fun about this Sailors girls hoops team is on any given night, a different player can come out of the woodwork and have a career performance. We've seen Dionio do it so many times. McGrath misses, rebound Bland. And now Jover's having her party tonight.
Yeah, you're right. We've seen it out of multiple people, and that's why the Sailors are tough. They've just got a lot of firepower.
Bland, one dribble, pull up money.
You got a player coming off the bench in Kate Bland that is just absolutely consistent, does everything you need. What do you do if you're the other team?
If you're a fan of old school basketball, pull-up jump shots, mid-range game, the Sailors got that. Coatsworth the board, and Renee will run point for Newport, bringing it up across the anchor logo at midcourt. Dionio, baseline, Jay. Rebound, Coatsworth, put back, won't go. And finally, the Rajas grab a board. It's Angelica Fabian pushing it up for them. Fabian quadruple teamed, last second find. And Lexi Valencia was fouled by Coatsworth. She'll go to the line to shoot a pair.
Coatsworth thought she got all ball on that one.
Well, the Sailors collapsed on Fabian on the baseline. I think 4 white jerseys came over to her. She had to find someone.
Fabian was trying to get around the corner. Like you said, with 4 white jerseys, she couldn't, but found her teammate open in the post. That was a good find.
Lexi Valencia drains the first. 42 seconds to go in the third period. Sailors, yes, that score on your scoreboard at home is correct. They've dropped 79 in this game. Best offensive performance of the season for Coach Angel's squad, and we've seen them blow out teams. Howard, the first game we did against Laguna, they won by 49 in a league game.
Yeah, it's a team we've seen, and this is good. It's good. You feel great seeing all these points go through the hoop, all these baskets being made. But you're not always going to hit your threes. So I love the versatility of the Sailors.
And Jover, a rare miss for her in this game. Coatsworth fighting for the rebound. Of course, Dionio ends up with it. Now Daylin Renee draws the contact, attacking. And she has earned herself a trip to the free throw line with 23.4 seconds remaining in the third.
Yeah, that's the thing. We've got a lot of shooters on this team, but we see Renee like to get to the basket, doesn't mind being a guard that gets to the paint. Dionio, we know she's physical when she gets downhill going to the basket, so a lot of different ways this team can score.
Renee, the future Orange Coast College Pirate, she'll hoop there next season. She's a senior, and she misses the first, shooting 57% from the free throw line this season. She hit a big pair of game-winning free throws, biggest free throws of the season for the Sailors in their 2-point victory last month against Huntington Beach. That was the signature win of the regular season for the Sailors, and they're up big time right now. Jover crashing. Montejano Carrillo, And now Jover's there again. Oh, my goodness. Sydney Jover is everywhere.
She tried to get it to Dionio, just forced it.
Bland blocks that one. Coatsworth tips it to her. And Dionio, beautiful find at the end of the quarter. Renee can't get it off. Now, what a quarter. I sound like a broken record. What a quarter for the Sailors. It's another great one. They have 80 going into the fourth. This is an NBA score for one of these teams. Howard, we'll have fourth quarter action for you when we come back. 80-23. The Sailors are leading 1 quarter away from punching their ticket to the CIF quarterfinals against San Bernardino on Wednesday. Fourth quarter when we come back. You're watching Newport Harbor Girls Basketball on TarTV. One quarter to pay dirt. The Sailors girls hoop squad having a historic season, the best team since the mid-90s, the first winning record since the mid-90s, and they lead here with an 80-burger against the Indio Rajas. If they win, if this score holds true, which it should, barring what would be probably an all-time historic comeback from Indio, the Sailors will play at San Bernardino against the Cardinals on Wednesday in the quarterfinals. Pull-up J from Montejano Carrillo, tipped into the hands of Renee.
Got a couple of seniors in for the Sailors.
That is Vanessa Cornejo and Fiona Lynn checking into the game for the first time. And Cornejo has it in the corner. Ricochets back to her. Now Lynn. Rasmussen in the game as well. And the freshman, Ellie Robinson. So a whole new 5 besides Renee. So 4 new players. Bounce pass down low. Rasmussen has it under the hoop. So far under the hoop that she stepped on the baseline, out of bounds, turnover. So you got 2 seniors who don't get as much playing time in Cornejo and Fiona Lynn in the game. And they are joined by the freshman, Ellie Robinson, the junior, Reese Rasmussen, and the senior, Dalen Renee. Rasmussen grabs the board, and Lynn will run point for Newport.
These are good minutes for the reserves that don't typically get in, especially some of the seniors who you're not guaranteed another home game. And you never know. Everybody's might be called upon to win a playoff game, so these are good minutes.
Cornejo drives baseline, finds Rasmussen amongst a crowd of red jerseys. She loses it, coming the other way. And losing it out of bounds on the fast break was Fabian. Good defense there by Dalen Renee to affect that shot, the lone senior.
And the one starter left in the game, Dalen Renee, the one that we always look to for as the calming presence, the one that gets Newport Harbor into their stuff. So it makes sense that she's left in the game with the second unit.
She hands it off to the freshman, Robinson. Inside, outside, pull up, Jay. Ooh!
Good sequence by the offense.
Now Fiona Lynn wants her turn. That one's short. Rasmussen can't quite get it. They're going to say her. Robinson got a fingertip on it. Howard, you're right. When I watched the freshman, Ellie Robinson, I know that's the future of the program right there.
She's going to be good. She already knows what she's doing, knows where she's supposed to be, just moves like a basketball player. As she develops, she's going to be really good.
Rasmussen, good defense. Robinson corrals it. Crossover, poking, outside. Oh, they're going to say she traveled. She had Dalen Renee wide open for 3. They're going to say she walked on that one.
And she wants the foul. She feels like she had Indio players hanging all over her arms. We've been seeing the refs letting physical basketball happen tonight.
Up top, deep three-pointer from Fabian. Almost goes in. Rasmussen grabs the board. And it looks like maybe someone lost a contact lens, or not sure what that was. There was some debris.
Band-Aid, something.
Some debris on the court. Dalen Renee disposes of it. She checks out of the game, replaced by another senior. I like the strategy from Coach Angel, keeping a senior in there, a calming presence, as you would say, an anchor for these younger players, these players that play less minutes.
Looks like Cornejo and Robinson are going to do the bulk of the ball handling.
Fiona Lynn, baseline pull-up, Jay off the side of the backboard, rebound grab by Valencia. And Sandoval pushes it up, trying to go coast to coast, off the glass and good. Full steam ahead. Ariana Sandoval. Good.
Strong take by Sandoval.
It's good to see one go in for the Rajas. Robinson tries to find Rasmussen, tipped out of bounds, last touched by the Sailors. Howard, do you know what a Raja is, by the way?
No idea. Never heard of a Raja.
It's a very unique mascot matchup, the Rajas and the Sailors. But a Raja is actually an Indian prince.
Okay.
And I don't know how many high schools nationally have a Raja mascot, but that is a unique one for Indio. Montejano Carrillo misses on the three.
Willa Rath out here looking like Lamar Odom getting some point guard action.
Ooh, going coast to coast. It won't go home. Oh, my goodness. I love the Lamar Odom comparison.
Oh, yeah, taking the ball right off the rim, going coast to coast.
Well, that's what I was saying earlier about Willa Rath is, yes, she's a center. Yes, she's got size. 6 foot. Field hockey player, lacrosse player.
Love these coaches.
But she can also run point. She can also pull up. And we got wholesale changes for the Lady Rajas, subbing out all their starters and putting a whole bunch of backups in here with 3:30 to go.
Remind me the head coach's name for Indio.
Giovanni Machado, and the assistant coach is Ivory Thompson.
Machado and Thompson. These are my favorite high school basketball coaches aside from Toribio and Coach Angel.
In the game for the Rajas, Kendra McGrath, Ashley Quavato. Pull-up Jay from Cornejo, rattles in. Oh, silky smooth.
Get a big smile out of Cornejo. Happy for her on that shot.
But I want to make sure I name these Lady Rajas that are checking into the game. 3 minutes to go, 82-25, Sailors lead. Three-pointer! Kenya Gutierrez checking into the game for the first time and burying a triple. So it's Gutierrez, Quavato, Brianna Fabian, Kendra McGrath, and number 13, Arlene Lopez. Rath, one dribble, outside, Lynn, pull up, ooh, just a bit too strong. Rasmussen onto the hoop, tough board. And officials are gonna call time.
Look like Willa Rath might have caught a knee to the quad or something.
I think she's got a dead leg. And she's talking it over with the trainer, Rachel Cassis, who stays busy around these parts. Robinson, three-pointer in the corner. Oh, money.
That feels good for her because she missed a couple of shots that she usually makes. Glad to see that big shot go in.
That's the future right there. McGrath up top with it for the Rajas. Gutierrez steps into a three. She hit her last one. Heat check for the young Kenya Gutierrez. Misses it. Running clock. 2:05 to go. Sailors 85, Indio 28. Your 5 on the floor for Newport: Ellie Robinson, Vanessa Cornejo, Fiona Lynn, Reese Rasmussen, and Emma Coatsworth.
And Jover is a junior as well, or is she a senior?
Jover is a junior, and the floater by the freshman, Robinson, is nothing but nylon.
Sailors are going to be tough next season. It's going to be hard to fill Willa Rath's production, but they're going to be tough.
Another pull-up from Gutierrez. 2 heat checks in a row after hitting one. That's Cornejo running point for the Sailors. Bounce pass on the block. Lynn, baseline, Jay, boom!
And the bench erupts. Everybody happy for Lynn, seeing her shot go in.
Lynn's sanity. Kendra McGrath, air ball.
Excited for this second unit. We're seeing Ellie Robinson getting some point guard action. I was trying to wonder, is she going to be the point guard next year? But you got Dionio and Jover back, so plenty of capable ball handlers.
Inside, outside, Lynn again drains one. Back-to-back buckets for the senior. And she's not even fazed by the moment.
Her teammates are happy for her. That's how you know she's a good teammate. Everybody happy to see her success.
Deep pull-up, short. Rebound Rasmussen, and the Sailors, they won't hit the century mark, but they got 91 in this game, Howard.
Good minutes by everybody. I think everybody's done a lot of positive stuff for the Sailors, so building some good momentum going into San Bernardino.
Lynn Feeds Rasmussen. Oh, easy money for Reese Rasmussen. Off the glass and good.
I think everybody who played tonight got on the score sheet.
It's going to be a beautiful piece of artwork. The box score from this game for the Sailors offense. Gutierrez again. She hit one. She missed her next three. Love the aggressive three-point shooting. And the Sailors will inbound. Coatsworth will dribble it up. The clock will expire, and that will do it in the opening round of CIF, the first postseason trip in a decade. And Coach Angel is building a program here on Irvine Avenue. The regular season was building block number 1. Howard, this is the cement. This is building block 2. We're building something here at 600 Irvine Avenue, and this big win tonight is something to be proud of. Like I said, as Sean Bolton, the principal, high fives the Lady Sailors. Take this box score and put it in a museum for a beautiful offensive masterpiece tonight from Coach Angel's squad.
Coach Angel, an alumni of this program, she wants to see them do big things and get home playoff wins. It's not enough to go to the playoffs. They're a number 2 seed. They're hosting home games. This is a huge, huge win, but big test going into San Bernardino. On the road, might be a hostile environment. Who knows? I'm really looking forward to seeing that challenge.
Sailors move on to the CIF quarterfinals Wednesday night, 7 o'clock tip at San Bernardino. We won't have that game on TarTV. We might have it on Tar Radio. I don't know. San Bernardino's pretty far, but we have traveled to Palmdale before, so we'll see if we'll carry that game or not. 93-28, final score. Every Sailor got in the box score. I think every Sailor scored in this game, but it was Sydney Jover's world. We're all just living in it. What a performance by the junior here tonight at Yardley Court, Howard.
Yeah, did a great job. I think the scoring was when you score 93 points in a game, it means a lot of people got involved. There's some good things to take away from this game. I hope the hot shooting from downtown continues for the Sailors. If it does, they're going to be hard to beat no matter who they play.
And let's give a little bit of love to Coach Machado and Coach Thompson's squad, the Indio Rajas, making a long trip out here from the desert to play 15 seed against a 2 seed. They knew it was going to be a tough journey. They lose big tonight, 93-28, but we both are really impressed by this coaching squad, this team, and the heart they showed and the way they coached this game.
If the athletic director for Indio is listening, give these coaches a raise. Take them out to a nice steak dinner because they are doing it the right way. We've seen a lot of games. We've seen a lot of away coaches. They sit right in front of us. Their bench is right here. And, we haven't seen a team lose by this much, so it's some of the most adversity we've seen. And this coaching staff, they just did it the right way the whole time. So hats off to Indio. Hopefully they keep building their program and they get to the playoffs and have another shot at it next year.
Sailors 93, Rajas 28. Newport on the road at San Bernardino against the Cardinals Wednesday, CIF quarterfinals. For my broadcast partner, Howard Kroom, for head coach Jillian Angel, her staff, her squad, her players, parents, and coaches. For the Fresh Mesh, Trixie, Sydney, John Hoyce, Melissa, and the whole TarTV crew. For our athletic director, Jerry Murray, and our principal, Sean Bolton, this is Alex Crawford saying, from Ralph K. Reed Gymnasium to Davidson Field, from the bell tower to the pool deck, you've been watching Newport Harbor Girls Hoops CIF Playoffs on TarTV. Go Sailors.